Just yesterday, Thursday, we had Arise analyst Dayo Shobowale here to discuss the crisis rocking the Yoruba socio-political and cultural organization over distinct choices made by its now two factions on the 2023 presidential election. On Monday this week, the Adebanjo-led faction met to discuss issues contingent to those elections, as well as undertake some serious house cleaning. As we continue to track that developing story, we are now being joined for a quick chat by the elder statesman himself, Chief Adebanjo. Good afternoon and great to see you again. Welcome to Newsday.
Good afternoon.
Now, sir, you've made your position clear on the outcome of the presidential election. You believe the Labour Party's Peter Obi won the election and you are in support of his legal battle to reclaim his mandate, so to speak. But Power Fashionati has rejected this position, given the impression that Afenifere is not united and that a faction, your faction, is acting unilaterally. Can you speak to us on this?
Mr. Chebutokpe, I have refused to be engaged in that controversy. If Power Fashionati is not too old to get people to fractionalize the party, I am too old to be involved in that type of thing now. It's a closed chapter. If people believe there's faction, there's no faction in the party. I've made that one clear. The man is a past leader of the party. He's functional official. Those who want to use him to split the party are just making use of him. Those are the people who have opposed him till now they want to make use of him. I don't want any diversion on this issue. We have taken a stand. If people believe in the party, let them follow them. I'm not in that controversy at all. As far as Afenifere is concerned, we have closed that chapter. We have made our case known to the party. We have told he has resigned, and that's closed chapter. That's what we are discussing now. The country is going to blazes. You are now saying, no, I support you, I don't support you. If you support him, carry on. I've taken my stand, you have taken your stand. And you press when you continue to say a fraction. Don't refer to me as a fractional leader. I am the leader of the party, de facto and de jure. If there's any fractional principle, I don't attend to it. Don't bring any question about the faction. These are the people. I don't want to be involved in this controversy at all. It will change the narrative. The position I have taken the reasons. I want them to address the reason why I support him and why I don't support him. Whether you do this or that, that's not my business. That's an affair of the party. And as far as we are concerned, we have solved that problem. The position is they are very that I did lead, and there's no faction. Anybody wants to be involved in this petty discussion, I'm not involved in this.
Okay, well, let's move on. But just before that, you were referring to Afenifere as a party. I'm sure you meant socio-cultural group, just for clarification.
No, Afenifere is a... Get your question clear. I often make this position clear every time. Afenifere is a political party with the ministry banned during the British era, and we adopted the local name of Afenifere ever since. We are political, cultural, and whatever it is, but we are political party ab initio, national, with definite political ideology of federalism and welfare state, which we demonstrated in the Western region in the 50s, which made the landmark of our Lord regime, which is the standard bearer or the classic example of a standard administration of a Nigerian, of an African. In the whole of the terrorists now, our Lord regime was action group, which is Afenifere. So don't say it's a cultural something. Those who want to say the Yoruba man, when they want to make use of it, that's their affair. We are a very, very political party, national.
All right, thank you so much for that
as
clarification.
As the catchment area, let that one be clear.
All right, thank you, sir, for the
Carry on from
clarification.
there.
Okay, I also want to talk about the suspension of the publicity secretary and the organizing secretary of the group. That's Mr. Jare Ajayi and Kole Omololu. Now, the Ondo State chapter of Afenifere says their suspension violates the group's principles, as they were never reported for any wrongdoing. They did not face any disciplinary committee.
My dear Chief Tokwe, I've told you, I don't know about any Ondo chapter. There's no Ondo chapter in Afenifere. I don't know about them. And if anybody wants to believe in them, carry on. We have suspended them, and if they say that they can carry on, I don't want to be dragged to that controversy now.
All right.
We are focused on our issue.
Okay, Pa Adebanjo, I want to move the discussion away from Afenifere just for a quick moment. You have said multiple times who it is that you support in the presidential elections and how dire the situation was for the nation. As we see, the cards have played out, and President-elect Bola Tinubu is soon to take office. What could this incoming APC government and President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what could he do in order to get your approval?
I will be 95 years old on the 10th of April in a few days' time. I am not doing this politics to be in office or to get anything. All those who are fighting for offices now, if you go be wins, they get this. That is not mine. What I'm fighting for is what we fought, what we want Nigeria to be at independence with the founding fathers. That's what I'm fighting for. I'm not fighting for convenience. We say we are having an election. The Constitution says this one must be done. And the Constitution says if you are not satisfied, go to the tribunal. That's what we are following. So those of you are already accepting that because one stage of the election has been performed, therefore, come and rally around. I don't change platform for convenience. I am one politician in Nigeria. I have no rival. And I make a research. If there's any Nigerian living today who has been in one party for over 70 years, let him come out. These are how people are just changing party when it's convenient because he has won a temporary victory. Will you now say what will you do for him? No. As far as I'm concerned, he has not won until fought the battle to the end at the Supreme Court. Then can discuss. We are saying the way he won there is faulty. It's fraudulent. You are not discussing that. You want to say, well, so in other words, you are now telling me that each time we want to do an election now, let us come out with all the brutality you can do. Whoever wins will be accepted. So everybody will now be accepted. Come around. I am sorry and I'm ashamed of some of the so-called intelligentsia who are doing politics now, who are saying that he has not won. But those of us who have gone to court don't believe that he has won. We are disputing his election. And if you are talking about what to do, if he has won a free, fair, and credible election, that is the time to talk of what do we do to come together. The way of his coming to office is questionable. It's condemnable all over the world. And you want us to acquiesce to that now because he has stolen my property, he has gone away with it. I am chasing him to get it. He said, no, before you get it, just tell you that what do you give out of the property? No. It appears the people of this country are looking focus. You are losing morality. You are looking principle. You are not addressing the issue. And not even you pressmen who talk of no violence, no violence. No, we are not preaching violence. And if you obey, who has gone to court, he said, no, I don't question your anointing me. I am questioning the process. Let us address that. If the process is fair, is it according to the Constitution? Is it according to the electoral law? Is there no violence? Those are the issues. What are the issues that both local and foreign advisors are complaining about that? The election is not the standard that is expected. So this system that has been condemned by all reasonable people in the whole world, you want us to acquiesce to it. And so you carry on, forget the past. I don't belong to that school of thought. I don't believe he has won the election acceptable for me to be able to cooperate or to do any suggestion. I am still disputing the method of his nomination, of his announcement as the president. When I pursued all the constitutional means to question that appointment and confirm that he is, then I can talk of any reconciliation or something.
All right, thank you very much for that.
It is that issue that the people should address. I don't belong to the Yoruba. So, oh, it's a Yoruba man. No, now that he's here gone. No. This is not a Yoruba issue.
Now, the Department of State Security Services, that's the DSS, they've confirmed that indeed there is a plot to set aside the constitution and install an interim government by what they termed misguided political actors. Can you speak to that, sir?
Thank you very much. And I want to speak to you, to the police and to the authorities in this country, including Buhari. The DSS in particular, does he believe anybody trusts them? I don't. And you should do it in view of the evidence. Are they in existence to tell us that danger is coming? Or they are in existence to inform the police to say danger is coming and the police to go and take action? What are we making us in this country? What is DSS taking us for? If they are not ashamed of themselves, I am very ashamed of them. They should take us as tomfoolery. Here is a DSS telling us danger is coming. When your duty is to gather the information of danger, inform the police, for the police to arrest the people. Not proaction, to prevent any damage to the country. That's why you are seeking police. What I don't know, what you don't know, that's what we employ you for. To say it and to take action through the police. Not to another danger is coming. No, what do you want us to do? To raise the tempo? I am ashamed. One, that is the aspect of it. And I suspect the announcement is suspect. They have an agenda they have not told us. My view, it is an attempt to arrest leaders of the opposition if they are trying to do protest, which is constitutional. And they say, oh yes, because they want to do this. If anybody want to do anything anti-government, and you have the facts, produce the evidence, and go to charge them to court. No matter how source is God. That is what you exist for. You don't exist to tell us that danger is coming. You exist to tell those who are responsible to prevent the danger to take action. Not for you to raise to create terror in the country, telling us that danger is coming when that's what we are supposed to prevent. And therefore, and again, Temi Tope, is it who has that question?
Yes.
How far has this DSS been acting on information? The information they gave them, how far they acted on it. The one that Comrade Lana told us that those who are behind Boko Haram, that was since 2017. It was a super DSS Department of the Military, Commander Laoni. It is on one of your program or channel. He said Buhari set up a private DSS inquiry to find out who are those behind Boko Haram. I have said it on the program before. And they gave them the list. Their own DSS, they gave the list to Buhari. And he said about the list, our present ministers in his cabinet, our present governors in the government. He has said this several times. I have repeated several times. Have they arrested anybody? Besides, the Attorney General told us openly that they have a list of 200 names who are behind Boko Haram. Have you heard them since then? This is the DSA talking now, want to raise an alarm. So they exist to be raising an alarm and then putting us in fear. I'm ashamed. They should go for further training to know what to do about it.
Well,
they are not credible.
Chief,
and they are put on very inefficient.
Right. Allow me to interrupt you just for the sake of time, sir. Sorry, we just have a little bit more time. And
what about those who demonstrated violence and all that during the election?
Right, Chief, right.
The man in Lagos, have they arrested them?
Chief Adebanjo.
There comes some people want to do this. So.
I'm wondering if you can hear me. I apologize for cutting you off. We only have a certain amount of time, and we have quite a few things to pick your brain about. And you were speaking about the opposition parties, the Labour Party and the PDP. Now they are they've taken the electoral cycle to court. What are your expectations, and how do you assess the grounds that they both have taken to court with their individual cases? Is it strong enough in your opinion? And how difficult do you think it would be to prove their own sides within this current judiciary?
Thank you very much. That is what the Constitution says. That is what we are doing. Until we see the end, I believe in the judiciary. Although the judiciary should know what the public thinks about them. But I'm a legal practitioner. If I don't believe in the judiciary, then that's my means of living. I believe in them. But I know it is the duty of the judiciary to justify the confidence that the people have in them. If what the people are saying about them is equal, I won't be part of that until I have although there are instances to create doubt. But I won't join them because people see the law according to what the evidence before them. My belief is what Obi is doing. He believes he won the election and he said, I will prove it. Where do you prove it? At the tribunal. So that's where we are going. And I will say, let them both the tribunal and the Supreme Court to make it public hearing, televise it, and let us see all the evidence before. Put the evidence before the public opinion. Wherever they decide that, we know. So, in the meantime, the destiny, the future of the country, the stability of the country is in the hands of the judiciary. They will either break the country or consolidate it. Our hope is in them according to the Constitution. And we have our hope in them. Those who are having their doubt, I want them to prove them, I want you to prove them wrong. And Obi and we have confidence in them until we get to the end of the Supreme Court. We don't believe there is a legitimate president. and I say the constitution allows that if you are not satisfied with the election, go to the, and that's what they tell us. Why are they now afraid that we are going to court? We say they don't do the thing right. They say we don't go through the electoral law and all that. It is the court that we are going to prove that. So there is no quarrel. If the authority will do their job, if the DSS and the police will not be a collusion to the disharmony in the country, if they do their job, there will be no problem.
All right,
you
sir.
You cannot have peace without justice.
Chief Adebanjo, I'd like us to talk about another issue, which is how divisive and tense
We are free.
How divisive and tense.
We are free to ask any question.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to talk about how divisive and tense the 2023 general election was. You've already made it clear, that is, Afenifere has already made it clear that Yorubas are not at war with the Igbos. But we know that a number of prominent Nigerians made very inflammatory comments. They've not been arrested, they've not been prosecuted. We don't know if there are any plans, to do that. But I'd like to know, how can we curb divide and rule politics going forward? How can we be nationalistic in thinking instead of tribalistic?
I have got your answer to the question. The answer is at your door. That is what I was telling the DSS. Prominent Yorubas who are making inflammatory statements, arrest them, prosecute them. That's what we are saying. If you are not in collusion, that's what I'm saying, repeating it. That's what I was trying to develop when you said you are another question. Thank you very much. That's the only way to stop it. When you see a crime being committed and you don't punish it, it encourages anybody to do the same thing. The question of police imprisonment or a fine is to serve as a deterrent. But you have people who have committed obvious crime in the presence of the police. Look at DSS now talking. Are they not president? Are they not president and the police when they are carrying out the ballot boxes in the federal election and the governorship election? These are the people that want to talk us for people to say they are doing their job. Let them do their job honestly, without fear or favor. We have peace. That's the only way to keep the country together. If you are talking of the peace and all that, and you turn the blind eye when somebody is doing something anti-unity of the country, you are not serious. So the solution is that let the authorities go after those who are doing anti-Nigerian unity. If you deter others, any Yoruba prominent man doing that, arrest him. If Adebanjo does it, put him in jail in spite of his age. And if Oluomo does it, to try him. Don't turn a blind eye. That's the question. The moment that is done, there will be peace. And Yayam said this, Yayam said that, trying to draw wool and go. Everybody listen to that radio, that video. I listened to it. The man said that some political rascal. The people who did the damage in Lagos, are they not Yorubas? Are they not rascal? Then he says the whole of Yorubas, as if we are dummies. We went to school and we have certificate that can show. And at school we went, you can say it. The school and university we go. So you can't draw any rule against us. The man spoke in English, and we all listened to it. And then they said the whole of the Yorubas trying to cause. It's unfortunate. That's one of the problems. Oh. People deliberately want to cause disharmony. You know them, you turn a blind eye, and you are now looking for, hey, did somebody want to do a Chinese government? Oh, I'm warning you. Lazy people, inefficient people.
Well,
people should be ashamed to say they are in office. The whole of the DSS are condemnable.
Chief.
They are one of those doing damage to this country.
Chief,
without doing their job with
Thank you, Chief.
independent, without any fear or favor.
well, Chief Adebanjo, Chief, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me, sir. We
I can hear you.
have expended our time. It is always great to have these discussions with you. It's a pleasure to speak with you this afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and happy early birthday, as you told us that your birthday is in April. Hopefully we will speak to you before then. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day.